Hello, Just Too Good here with LEGO Harry Potter Summer 2020 review. This is the Forbidden Forest Umbridge's Encounter. This retails for $30 in the United States, where it's going to release August 1st with 5 minifigures and 253 pieces. This was sent to me by LEGO, but all opinions in this video are my own. Starting with the minifigures, I really want to take a look at the very interesting new Centaur minifigures. You get 2 in this set with identical designs. It's just that I have the alternate face on one of them, which it is a double-sided face in that regard. These use a new Centaur leg piece, which is funny because earlier this year in the Trolls line, we got a separate Centaur leg piece, which is a little bit smaller and had an attachable tail. This time the tail is part of the piece in a different color. Also 2 studs at the top, which is kind of cool, where they attach a quiver onto one of them. The bottom legs do have some anti-studs so that you could attach it to a total of 3 studs. The design of these centaurs also use a new color for that Dumbledore hairpiece. Yes, I know, it's not the Sally hair. I've made that mistake quite a few times. But this is the first time we're getting that piece in black, which is really nice. I like the torso printing. I like the bow and arrow they include. And there's an alternate face where it does look a little bit angry. Like I said, I use that on the second centaur figure. And if you're curious how that piece looks without the torso attached, it just attaches like any other LEGO minifigure leg piece. The torso print of this set is new for summer 2020, where it was also used for Zack of the Jurassic World line. Now, there was an earlier version of this torso that was used for Zack in the original Jurassic World sets. That's not the same print as this one. This one's a little bit different in detailing. Now, he does have an alternate face where Harry looks a little bit angry, but this is the same face print that they've been using since last year. The Hermione minifigure of this set is new as well. Much like with Harry, they ditched the mid-legs used for year 3 and 4 since this is year 5. And this has an entirely new torso print, just reminding me of year 5. I like that design, which you can see a little bit more of the printing on the back once you remove the hair piece. And she does have an alternate facial expression, but that head print is not new. It was also used last year as well. Finally, there's a Dolores Umbridge minifigure, which is new for 2020. Now, this does have a lot of aspects shared with the 2018 Bricktober pack of Dolores Umbridge, where they even use the same front face print. It does seem like the printing detail is a little different between my 2 copies, but that just might be a situational thing where there's some different shading of colors and whatever. At the back, though, that's where the differences really come out, because in this set, she has a screaming face, and in the Bricktober pack, she has an angry face. Still, I also like the new torso and dual molded leg designs they have for this figure, which are a little bit different from that 2018 version. The 2 builds of the set are Hagrid's half-brother Grop and the Forbidden Forest tree. Grop is the next in this line of buildable big figs that LEGO has put out with Giant Man, Ares from Superheroes, and some other figures. This design uses a printed half-cylinder panel at the front, just like those, where this does have a pretty good print, except for that nose. I really like the shaping that half-cylinder panel piece brings, and there's also some added ears, which is a little bit unnecessary with the printed nose. That's just something that LEGO minifigures don't have if they have a regular minifigure headpiece nowadays. So it makes it look less like a LEGO minifigure. But what does make it look a little bit more like a LEGO minifigure is just the head texture, or sorry, the hair texture, where they use a whole bunch of different pieces with some different texturing, and these 2x4s, which I like getting in black, those 1x1s with the modified little parts at the end there. That doesn't look like a specific LEGO hairpiece, but it looks like a LEGO hairpiece. I like that. The build for the torso uses 1x2s with stickers on both sides. Also a 2x4 with a sticker at the top. That just adds some extra torso detailing. They also use this belly design, which is interesting how they use the hood of a car piece. Now, a minifigure doesn't usually have a textured belly. It has happened before with figures like Bombor, but that doesn't bother me as much as the nose or the ears on the headpiece. The design for these arms are attached via mini ball joints, which gives it a lot of rotation. Also at the ends of these arms are these hands, which are the big fig hands in a nice tan coloring. Now, this can be used to hold minifigures, so where the heck is Umbridge? I guess she's hiding around here. I cannot illustrate how satisfying it was seeing Grop take away Umbridge when I saw Order of the Phoenix for the first time. You could slide minifigures through these big fig hands just from this side part right here, which makes it easy for them to hold, even if they're dipped upside down or whatever, which is good for playability and the context of the scene. The right hand has the same degree of rotation. It's actually just the same build flipped to the other side. As for the legs, this moves just like Lego minifigure legs, where it's attached via some Technic pins. So you can move it all the way up to have Grop sit down. You can move it to the back just a little bit as well. And the design of these, like I pointed out earlier, use some 2x3 stickered tiles. And I like how they use some double cheese slopes for the hip area, I guess would be the best way to put it. Now, one thing that doesn't look great is the back side of Grop. Now, Lego has had a problem with these big buildable figures with having just very open back sides. And I think Grop is a pretty bad offender of that, where we just have all these undersides of studs revealed. It's really a figure that looks the best from the front. But if they did add that level of detail to make the back look a little bit better, it would bump up the price. So take that as you may, but that's it for the Grop figure. Let's move on to the small Forbidden Forest build. Now we got a Forbidden Forest tree back in 2018 with the Aragog's Lair set. This one does use some interesting build techniques and some interesting pieces that make it different from that version. For example, these panels right here, which are smaller panel pieces in a reddish brown, that design is only in this set and then a Friends set from this Summer Wave, so that's really nice to get. Also, this corner tree trunk piece was in some Frozen 2 sets, a Friends set, and then the Jurassic World 4 Plus set from this year. So that's another piece that's really nice to get in reddish brown. I like this little spider right here in a nice black coloring. Also how they use the sand green sausage pieces for the mushroom caps or the mushrooms themselves, though I don't like how the mushroom caps aren't printed anymore. And then there's a play feature where you could open this up right down the middle on the other side, and it reveals some goodies on the inside. There's a lantern, a bone, and a chicken leg on one side, and then this build for a bike handle on the other side. The bike handle being Grops from the movie. And finally, the branches and all these different pieces at the top make for a good look at this build from the treetop. But that's it for the build of the set. Let's take a look at the packaging and then the final verdict. The box sizing for this set is interesting. Your guys' job, name some Lego sets with this specific box size in the comments. The logo, also, they didn't change the color for this year, which I did not complain about before. I know it's a very, very stupid complaint, but I liked how they were changing it between waves, it seemed like, from 2018 to 2019. And then at the back, you could see some different shots of the set. The set includes 2 instruction booklets, and I really like how Lego is including more instruction booklets in sets because it just makes it easy for family building, which is something I enjoy. At the back of one of the instruction booklets, they do have this wave of sets, not including the retail exclusives. So overall, the Lego Harry Potter Forbidden Forest Umbridge's Encounter set, I think is a really good set at $30 because you got a lot included here in terms of new pieces, some interesting builds that we haven't seen from Harry Potter before. I mean, it's just fantastic to get more Order of the Phoenix sets when the last time we got that was, 2007 with that one Hogwarts castle. And the design for this does have the first Centaur figures that we've gotten from the Harry Potter line, which I like that new color for the hairpiece. The design for the legs is very interesting, though I wish there was a little bit of posability there. Design for Grop is a very interesting build where I like those minifigure brick-built big figs, but I do wish they made it more like a minifigure in that regard where they added ears and a nose. Also, there's some great variants for Umbridge where, yeah, I wish there was a different front face print, but at least we got a different back face print fitting for the theme, and a new Hermione as well. With all things considered, I'd rate this set a B+. A great value for $30, even with its shortcomings, it's hard to ignore how much you get here and how many cool things are in this set. But that's it for now, and I'll see you guys later. Peace out.